Good morning. It's that time again. Saturday morning. After a full week of grafting and flipping other people's houses, it's time to get on to what was called Mannor. However, a good friend of mine, James, shares the same surname as me, Man. Mark, you really should call it the Mannor. So, welcome to the Mannor. So James is turning up soon. We've got boarding, we've got plastering, we've got a bit of tinkering in this room, getting it ready for spec for the kitchen. And I need to get rid of all these materials so I can start work on this room here. But I've also got some other ideas as well that I'm going to sort of like slowly integrate into this house. And the problem is like my brain works 300 miles an hour. I want to get everything done yesterday. And there's one fundamental thing that when you come to do a reno is not everything can be done in a day. Just like Rome, as they say. So I am going to now go get James in a bit and I'll film as we go along, show you my ideas, show you what we're doing. And hopefully by the end of this, we're going to have some boarding done upstairs in the spare room. And we're going to get some skim slapped on the wall in the downstairs loo. And James is back in the house. I love it when this lad's here, not only because he's a good mate and his knowledge, but you see progress when this boy gets involved. And here we're going to do bonding out and boarding up around the chimney breast, just to make it all nice and neat. And as James could crack on down upstairs, should I say, I went downstairs and started opening up the ceiling, just so we can have a look at seeing where the joists are, sussing out what's going on, because we're going to need some RSJs put in there. And without opening this up, you just have no idea. But this was double boarded with laths. I can't stand laths. Everything involving plaster is absolutely messy, covered. So what I'm doing is slowly removing a section of the plaster. It's been double boarded, doesn't help. So we can actually see what's going on underneath there. I know the joists run this way, but inevitably, if we're going to get rid of this wall, which is what's going to happen in the next 5 weeks, then I need to make sure we can get acros up there. I need to make sure everything is in order, ready for when that happens. And then I'm going to have to do the other side of the kitchen, which means I have to move everything out of my kitchen into a little laundry room, and that's where we're going to be using as our kitchen for next, 6 weeks when this commences in the beginning of April. So I've got James upstairs finishing off one of the spare bedrooms. While he's doing that, because there's nothing I can do to help him, I thought I'd crack on with this. But man, 1900 properties. Dusty old business. Plaster down. All 2 sheets of it. So now I need to do is remove the laths. I'll tell you what, it's a bane of my life. Last house, laths. This house, laths. So if you don't like laths, don't buy a 1900 property, because always freaking laths. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Plasterboard down. Laths off. And now we've got a clear guide of where to put the acros and get everything ready for when this wall comes down. Oh, I hate laughs. Look at the state of me. Oh well, keep going. So let's call that stage 1 of many more stages to do. Especially when we've still got the downstairs loo to sort out, but we won't do that because it needs plastering. There's no point plastering until we get the upstairs done, because then we can do it all at once. It's just otherwise it's a waste of time and labour. So that's why I'm cracking on with this. So, anyways, as you can see, I've now got a gauge of what we're looking at, and this is where the stress starts. So obviously, you see our joists run straight through, so the supporting wall. But then we've also got cables coming through, and the plans that the structural engineer has worked out is the RSJ actually gets buried into there. but do these joists run all the way through. From there, all the way through and straight down to the kitchen. I can't see it because that's a long bit of timber. It's a big old bit of tree, but still, I've got to try and get an RSJ in here. And that's running all the way. The RSJ is going to start around here and come across. I've got to get an RSJ in there. As you come through to here, I've got to get this ceiling up as well to see what's going on. And then this is all coming out as well. And it's going all the way along to here. Say hello to Pumpkin. Right, Pumpkin? Hello, gorgeous. Hello. Yeah. Anyways, so RSJ is going to go there all the way across, and this is going to lead to bifolds all the way through here. So I've got to reroute some wires, and we've got to work out what's going on with these timbers. How much you graft, always make time for your team. Up the town, 1-0. Here we go. The challenge over the next few weeks is getting all this lot out and still be able to function, let's go up and around, as a family, to be able to cook meals every day. And well, to be honest with you, this little cubby hole here, and bulb's gone, this is going to be our kitchen for the next 4 to 5 weeks, and you can't even swing a cat in it. But this will be our laundry room eventually, just like the loo downstairs. I'm going to put acoustic board all along here and make that as a hidden door as well, which I'm looking forward to. Reminds me, bins need emptying. Beautiful. Mildly frustrating that we have a joist sitting absolutely almost flush with that wall. That's going to be a pain in the ass, as is that one, but we can work it out. And as the structural engineers have given us the drawings, what basically will happen is we're going to have the RSJ coming along here, we're going to bolt timber either side, and then what we do is we'll cut the joists, and we have joist hangers on each single one of these that bolts into the wood that we bolted to the RSJ. That's the way an affiliate's meant to be, but I just don't know how we're going to get it through. But I'm sure between a few of us we can suss it out. RSJ is going to bolt onto there, come over to here, so this wall's all going to go as well. So it's going to be like almost an L-shaped open plan, and our little galley kitchen will eventually be gone because it is dated and it's diddy, and this is our forever home. So we're going to do everything we can to make this as good and as amazing as we possibly can. It's going to be a while yet. We're going to start work hopefully around the 1st of April. And I've given myself 2 weeks to get this all opened up. Not finished, just 2 weeks to get everything to a point where we can start making good again. Then I can order the kitchen, and the kitchen will go in here. I've marked up all the walls where everything's going to be. This little cove here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to square it off where you see there. And this is going to be like our little toaster coffee area. We have some roller shutters there. And then what's going here? Fridge, freezer here, cupboard here, come along here. We're having 2 double ovens here. Bin, dishwasher. Then we're going to have some cabinet space, top cabinets all along there. This door's going, so this is going to be all sealed up. And then we're going to have an island coming out this way here. And then you can walk straight through here into our dining room. Not yet though. This is something I'm quite excited about, because look at this. It took a lot longer than we thought. All bonded out now, all plastered up. You can now actually feel like it's a proper room. And considering only like a few weeks ago, that was a chimney breast that's coming right across. And if you remember, that was a lot of graft. To get to this point is really good. So next weekend, well, I've got to just sort out these, so I've got something to fit the plasterboard on. blend that in, might have to skim the ceiling, get all this bit done, and then we'll get the floor down. Well, this is all coming up, put new floor down, and then we're ready to rock and roll. But yeah, good day all in all. I guess those, and only those, who've embarked and taken on a renovation will know the money, the stress, things going wrong, things going right, working out things that you didn't really need to know that you need to work out. And there's still a lot of that to be done with this home, but it's our forever home. And that's what I have to keep reminding myself, because if you let yourself get overwhelmed with what you see on a day-to-day basis, it'll blow your brain away. The hardest part really is having to work Monday to Friday, and I work in an industry where it is basically renovating houses day to day, to try and find the motivation to do it again on a Saturday when it's meant to be a day off, and then start work again on a Monday. It is hard work, but the effort will have its rewards eventually. Till next time.